Hello, hello, welcome to class. Today we're gonna be doing a lower body workout with the booty band. I'm gonna be using a light band throughout the whole workout. Feel free to go light, medium, or heavy, or change between as we move through the workout. You can pick what feels challenging for you today. And then when you're ready, pop your band on above your knees. We're gonna have it on the whole class, but we'll start with a quick warm up. So get that band set up nice and above your knees, and then meet me on your hands and your knees. Hands separated shoulder width, knees separated hip width. And then let's take some deep breaths, some cat-cows. Inhale, belly drops, you look straight ahead, roll the shoulders back, stick out the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, angry cat, look inwards. Inhale, belly drops, you look forward. And then exhale, you round, look inwards. Let's do one more. Inhale, belly drops, look forward. Exhale, angry cat, round. Really spread the shoulder blades. Perfect, now find a neutral position. We're going into hip circles, 2 in each direction. Drop your hips to the right. Go back, to the left, and forward. One more to the right. Back, left, and forward. Now let's reverse it. Hips to the left. You go back, right, and forward. Nice. Now bring it up through center. Check in with that band. If it got tangled, readjust it. Make sure it's above your knees. Perfect. And then we're gonna get set up for our first exercise. So I'm actually gonna take that band and I'm gonna tuck it underneath the left knee so that it doesn't move. So that left knee is pressing it into the mat. Knees are still hip distance apart. We're starting with that right glute. We're gonna take an inhale, and on our exhale, we're gonna press that right heel up to the sky. And then inhale, we bring it back down. Watching that those hips stay nice and stable. So notice I'm not arching my back as I press my heel to the sky. And I'm working to get my knee in line with my hips. So that's as high as I wanna go. And then I'm controlling it down. If being on your wrist bothers you, you have a couple options. You can make some fists and stay up on your fists like this, or you could come down on your forearms like this. Pick what feels good for you today, and let's keep moving through this first move. Abs are pulling in, your gaze is down and forward. Beautiful, relax it down, shift your weight back for one deep breath. We're going right into the second exercise. It's a kick back. So I'm gonna take an inhale. On my exhale, my right leg is gonna extend straight back to hip height. And then we're bringing that knee in slow. So I want you to imagine you're kicking a wall behind you, but that heel is not going any higher than hip height when you extend back. So we're kicking a wall straight behind us, energy through that heel, squeezing through that glute. The tendency with all of these exercises we're gonna do today in this 4-point position is that the weight is gonna shift to the opposite side. So I want you to really pull those abs in tight so that that weight isn't coming into the left hip. Big exhale, kick. Inhale back in. You got it. One more. Bring it in, shift your weight back, one deep breath. Now straight leg lifts coming up. Take your right leg, extend it straight back. We're pointing the toe now, lifting and lowering. Straight leg. Up and down. Up and down. Gaze is down and forward. Abs are pulling in and up. You got it. Soft bend in your elbows, shoulders out of the ears. Use your breath. And down. Abs pull in. You got it. Last one. Bring that right leg in. Readjust your band here. If you need to stand up and untangle it like me, go for it. And then meet me back on your hands and your knees and find a child's pose. And let's just take a couple deep breaths before we go into the other side, giving the wrists and the shoulders a moment to release so that that tension doesn't build up into the neck. Beautiful. All right, meet me back on your hands and your knees. Let's get set up on the other side. So make sure that band is above your knees. Now the band is tucking under your right knee. And we're working the left leg. So check in, shoulders right over the wrists, hips over the knees, hands separated shoulder width, knees separated hip width. Flex your left foot, pull your abs in and up. You're gonna inhale, and on your exhale, you're gonna press your left heel up to the sky. And then inhale, you bring it back down. Exhale, left heel up to the sky. Remember that left knee is only going to hip height, and then you bring it right back down. Squeezing through that left glute. Make sure that right hip is staying stacked over that right knee. And relax it down. Shift your weight back. Take a nice big deep breath. And then we're going to go into kickbacks in a second. So when you're ready, pop back up onto your hands and your knees. And then we're kicking that imaginary wall behind us. Inhale, exhale, left leg extends back. And then left knee taps down to the mat. Press through that left heel, extend that left leg back, kicking that imaginary wall with the heel of your foot. Using your exhale. And then on the way back in, resisting that band back in. You got it. Soft bend in your elbows. Remember your options with your hands. You can be on your wrists, in fists or on your forearms if you're starting to get fatigued in those wrists. Keep pulling those abs in. Use your breath. Amazing. You got this. And relax. Shift your weight back, one deep breath, and then we have those straight leg lifts and lowers. When you're ready, extend your left leg straight out. Top of the foot rests on the mat. Inhale and then exhale to lift your left leg to hip height. You got it. Soft bend in those elbows, abs pulling it up. Make sure that left hip point is pointing down to the mat. Almost there. And relax it down. Pull it in. Sit back behind your legs. Take a second to readjust your band if it moved. And then meet me down on your back. So laying down on your back, I want you to just hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a deep breath. Roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists. And then when you're ready, place your feet down on the mat and separate your feet hip distance apart. We're setting up for our bridge series next. So if you were to curl up a little, I want you to have 1 to 2 palms distance between your heels and your booty. Your feet are about hip distance or slightly wider so you have tension in that band. So start at hip distance, and then if your band isn't feeling tight, walk your feet a little wider. Relax your head down, and then take the back of the arms, press them into the mat, relax your shoulders out of your ears, and then we're going into our hinging bridges. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze your booty, lift your hips. Pause at the top for 1 second. Make sure you have a nice long line. Shoulders, hips, and knees are creating a straight line. Keep that tailbone slightly tucked as you inhale and tap your booty down to the mat. Exhale, squeeze the booty and lift. Notice that I'm keeping my abs in nice and tight. I'm not arching my back to lift my hips. Keep moving like this. Exhale up. Inhale down. Neck stays relaxed. You're breathing through the movement. Awesome, relax down. Take an inhale. On your exhale, lift your booty and meet me in a bridge. In this bridge, we're going to take those knees out to the side and then open them, close them back into parallel. Stretching that band, knees go out, and then we bring it in. Focus on just opening the knees. Don't roll the ankles, so keep the feet flat. Just stretch the band out a couple inches and close it back in. Abs stay nice and tight. Glutes stay engaged. Neck is relaxed. Couple more here. Last one. Relax your hips down for a moment. Perfect. Now we're going to put it together. Ready? We're going to take an inhale. On your exhale, lift your hips, open your knees, close your knees, and then tap the booty down. Lift, open, close, and lower. Keep moving like that. Keep pulling the abs in, keep the tailbone slightly tucked. You got it. And relax it down. All right, last variation here. Meet me in your bridge. So lift your hips up. Similar to the last round, but we're making it a pulse. So we're gonna pulse the hips up. 3, 2, 1. Pause at the top. Now take the knees out. Pulse the knees out. 3, 2, 1. Knees close in. Hips pulse up. 3, 2, 1. Knees go out. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Continue at your own pace here. Counting 3 pulses up. And then 3 pulses out with the band. Don't let those hips drop when you pulse the band out. Last one there, and lower your hips down. Turn on to your side, your right side. Scoot to the back of your mat, bottom knee bent in, top leg extends out. We're going right into side lying. We lift and we're pulsing up for 3, 2, 1. Lower down to hip height. And again, you go up, you pulse 3, 2, 1, and you lower down to hip height. Make sure your head and your booty are towards the back of the mat. Your shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. You're stretching that leg nice and long. 2. Amazing. We have a few more here. Tiny pulses. Last one. And relax down. Nice job. All right, next round, extend your leg out, bring it a little bit forward. Now turn your toes down to the mat. Same thing, we're going up, pulsing 3, 2, 1, bring it down. So we have an internal rotation of our hips now, and what that's doing is letting us target those deep, tiny glute muscles. And down. We pulse it up, 3, 2, 1, and then we bring it down. Just burning out these glute muscles to finish this lower body workout strong. Nice long straight leg. Amazing, you got it. And relax it down. Switch it over to the other side. Last 2 moves here. Bend that bottom knee in, extend your top leg out long, lift, pulse it up, 3, 2, 1, and then lower it down to hip height. Remember, make sure your booty and your head are towards the back of the mat. You could have your head in your hand or lay your head on your bicep. Abs are in. You got it. Amazing. Bring it in, relax it down, take a deep breath. Ready? We're going to extend it right back out. Kick your leg forward a little, turn your toes down to the mat, pulse up, 3, 2, 1, and lower to hip height. Lift, pulse, 3, 2, 1, lower it down. Make sure those toes are staying turned down to the mat. I know it kind of feels funny, but allows us to target those deep glute muscles. Small controlled move. You got it. We're almost there. It's your last little set of pulses, and lower it down, punch it out, massage it out. Amazing. Meet me on your back. Find your way there. Let's take the band off. And then I want you to hook your band around the balls of your feet and just extend your legs up to the sky. Gently pull down on the band just to get a stretch through the back of the legs. Take a deep breath, 2 deep breaths. One more. Flexing those feet. And then bend your knees in, hug your knees in, rock side to side. Amazing. And then let's cross the right foot over the left thigh. Hug your left leg in, flex your right foot, and breathe. Figure 4 stretch. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Take 2 more deep breaths with me here. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Last one. Lower your left foot down, Uncross your right foot and switch. Left foot crosses over the right thigh. Option to hug that right shin or thigh in towards your chest. And breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2 more deep breaths. One more big deep breath. And then coming out of that, uncrossing, hugging both knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then rock onto one side, whichever side feels more natural, more comfortable for you. Take your top arm, press yourself up, and meet me in a seated position. You're gonna take that left hand down, reach that right arm up. Inhale, exhale, side bend over to your left. Inhale up through center, lower that hand, that right hand, and then take your left arm, bend it up and over. Exhale. Inhale, bring that left arm down. Exhale, release. And then together, let's take one final deep breath. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, big sigh out. Awesome job. Thank you so much for moving with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.